Hi Steve.
Hi Mark.
It's on. This is a, what is this?
Mine's not on. Oh, that'd be why.
This is a Squier Affinity Precision Bass, but with a jazz pickup, as is that. What I will say is this is the 2020 version, and this is the 2021 version, and we've done some extensive research to find the differences. So we're just going to go through that quickly, because a lot of stuff we've seen in other videos. So this neck's slightly flamed.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Oh,
smash that.
He's got a
and your phone.
flaming neck. Oh well.
Torch them.
Right, the bodies are 40mm thick. They're both 40mm thick. That's a bit thinner than the standard body. Standard body's about 44mm thick. I don't think it's quite like a Squier Bullet though, because they feel. You've played a Squier Bullet. They just feel a bit.
Yeah, it's
like this doesn't feel like a thin.
bit cheap.
Yeah, this doesn't feel
noticeable.
like that. Whereas the Affinity Telly and Strat, they're all full thickness, they're full 44mm. So even though this is thinner, it doesn't feel thin, which I think is a good thing, but it must save weight. Which is weird, isn't it? 'Cause why does it make a Bullet feel terrible?
But then the bases are going to be slightly heavier anyway.
Yeah, maybe it's the weight. It could be, yeah. This one's neck is very satiny, whereas the 2020 version is just quite satiny.
Yeah,
In fairness.
Yeah, it's still satin though.
Yeah, this is almost white, although, can you tell?
It does look a little bit different.
Yeah, I think it's minimal. The thing that is different, which I do prefer, is glossy headstock on this 2021 version, satin headstock on that one.
Yeah.
Fretboard is, what's the fretboard? Laurel?
Laurel. That one's definitely Laurel. I don't know about this.
That one's Laurel, but it looks like Rosewood, so maybe they dye it, because it doesn't look quite the same as Laurel on, I can't remember what else has got Laurel in here to be honest, but one other difference, this doesn't say Affinity on it, this says Affinity on it.
And that is the reason why I bought that one.
It
It was a stupid thing, like it's just a really stupid thing in my head that I just didn't like the fact it said Affinity on it. Not, I don't care about the branding normally, but
How
it's
funny
it was this weird little thing. And now that I've got this one in my hand, it doesn't really bother me. So
I didn't realise how small the Affinity was.
yeah,
And I'm like, what else could it say? If this is Bullet, that's embarrassing, but if it's Classic Vibe, do they even do Bullet basses?
I don't know. I don't think so. But yeah,
Yeah,
classic vibe. I don't think it's got anything written on it. I think it would be like that.
Everything else is pretty much the same. It's got the walnut plug, love that. It's got a skunk stripe on both, love that. What we have checked, one other thing, is when we played them before doing this video, this one seemed hotter. So we tested the pickup output, and these are about another 70% more powerful. So those are about 6K, and these are just like nearly 11K, like 10.7 I think. That's the
I think it's
precision
like,
pickup.
yeah, on the P, yeah.
And on the Jazz, about 70% again. I can't remember the numbers, but this, I think that's a nice output. That seemed a bit quieter. So,
But they both should be ceramic, right?
yeah, ceramic pickups. Because it'd be weird to have Alnico. I think I'm certain they're ceramic. Did have a look. I'd be shocked if they're anything but ceramic.
Yeah, I know they said that for this one, but
yeah, they did point out, which I thought was a weird thing, because I think most bass pickups are ceramic. Precision pickup, Jazz pickup. That's a humbucker, so no buzzing. The Jazz pickup, not really buzzing either, but that is definitely buzzing.
It was through the amp though.
Yeah, we'll plug it into an amp in a minute. We'll do. So this is DI'd at the moment. These are both DI'd in the desk. We will play it through the amp and listen to it through the room mics, and you'll get to hear it through an amp. What I will point out is, if you DI it, the tone knob doesn't seem to work. Weird.
Yeah, it just seems point. Like I tried mine at home, that one at home, and it because you asked me specifically to test it, and it didn't do anything.
Well, I thought it was weird.
A minuscule amount.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
I found that.
But then
through an
plugged
amp.
it in there.
So plug it through an amp in a minute, but with DI to begin with, this is what my or your P bass pickup sounds like. Beautiful. How does yours sound?
Was that a P?
It's just a P, no J. What about the J? do.
Is yours with full tone on as well?
Full tone.
Full tone.
We've maximised tone to the max.
This is full tone jazz. Sounded really good then.
It's got like no power.
It does sound a lot quieter.
Yeah,
Especially on that pickup.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it as much.
It's starting
on
to
the P.
bother me as well.
Oh no.
I know. But you know what
Sorry, I
that
shouldn't
means.
have brought it
I'll have to sell it.
Oh no.
Shame really, but at the same time I have got a PJ inside, so there's no point
The
in
only
having it.
other thing that is the same is they're both made in the same factory.
Yeah, we saw on some videos, I don't know who, PMT,
Yeah, PMT I think.
new factory, maybe the older ones, maybe 2019 was a different factory. They're both made in Indonesia. Check the serial number, same factory. I can't remember. What
Yeah, it was quite
factory.
difficult to actually find what the differences were between the two, and what the purpose of
Not many.
relaunching it the year after was for.
New colours. This colour's wicked. This is like a gunmetal. That's just black. Although I think you can still get black, but you get a Lake Placid blue is really nice.
Yeah.
Got some wicked colours. I do like the hotter pickups.
Yeah, they haven't specifically mentioned anything about the pickup. So to say this is a new type, this is a new blah blah blah, it's a massive improvement. I haven't seen anyone review it like that anyway. It's just been look at the new colours basically.
Yeah, well, we had one, that's why we did it. So we had to play around. We measured everything. I've also heard it's got a jazz neck. Don't think that's true. This is definitely a P bass neck. And we measured that and that. They're identical. So
Yeah, and everything about this is the same, right? The body thickness
thickness,
about the same. Both got the gut cut, arm contour, same neck, except for the feel. It's a bit more satin on the newer version.
like overspray spillage on the top of mine though. Unless that's someone sneezed on it.
Oh yeah.
That looks terrible. But really nice bass. I really like the look of them.
Yeah.
I sort of think, in my head, I prefer the look of a Precision to a Jazz, but it's got a Jazz pickup, so you've got the Jazz sound, and a P bass pickup is just really iconic anyway.
Yeah.
I think this is better than the Jazz bass.
I used to be just a jazz bass player, and you always were P. But yeah, since I've been researching a bit more and listening to different basses, I do like the sound of the P bass.
It's just definitely
Pickup.
the best.
And yeah, the shape is nice as well. So
My favourite thing to
it's
do
good to
is
have both.
P on, J off, but rest my thumb on the Jazz. Years ago, and I'm talking like 15 years ago, I used to switch, like chorus, I'd move to here, then go back to here. Don't do that, I've lost that
I
talent.
tried to. That's why I got on the Music Man. I put the thumb rest on, and I've been trying to do
though, isn't it?
No, it's basically here.
Oh, yeah,
But,
of course, sorry.
I just like to stick on one. I don't like moving.
Yeah, I prefer it here. I think I'd like the attack
And that's
sound
what I
here.
used to do. Well, obviously, was all I did with the Music Man as well, because it only had that one pickup there. So I was doing that for years, and then just trying to move over to another bit. So.
Should we do some? Yeah, I think you are right. Yeah, like, I don't move anymore. It's a cool idea if you can remember to do it, and if you're used to it.
Maybe it's just a lazy thing, like just
It
get
is,
stuck in a
but
position.
it's-
Like, I prefer that.
It's handy if you've just got a P, you're going to sit here, or you could rest your thumb on the top of the pick guard, which is a bit weird. But it is nice to do it here. The strings don't wobble as much, and I can
Yeah.
play a bit faster, which I think is really cool. Even if you're not going to use the Jazz pickup, it's worth having it as a thumb rest because it looks good.
Whereas I quite like
don't I?
having a blend between the two. I'd say probably 70% P, 30% Jazz, just to give it a little bit more attack. That's what I did on
Would
the
you have the volume
Christmas
on
tune.
70%? Because I'd have the volume on 100.
No, I mean the volume. Like if I'm talking about the amount of each.
Oh,
one.
okay.
So volume.
Should we just do it through an amp and we can hear how that tone sounds in the real world? This is how the tone sounds.
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh yeah, so you can hear the buzz now. So as you turn that Jazz pickup up, you hear
So
the
if
buzz
I-
because that's a humbucker. That's not effectively.
So that's full Jazz.
It's a lot of interference.
Whereas full P is
Silent,
not a lot.
effectively. But it's worth mentioning if you've got a Jazz bass. Not that this is about Jazz basses, but if you've got the two pickups both on, just like a humbucker, they cancel out. So one must be wound the other way.
Yeah.
Do you want to do some sounds of the room, this bass in the room, and we'll use the tone knob because it works through an amp. So this is through an Orange Crush 15 little bass amp. So what setting was that?
That was...
Is that your 70-30 you were talking about?
No, that was full P.
Why are you lying to me then?
Full tone.
Definitely needs the tone rolled back a bit.
Yeah.
It's a bit cracked.
I'll do it.
Well.
Okay, I'll do it on what I would put it on. So I'm gonna
Do it blind.
about there, and I'll do. For me, I roll the tone all the way off and then just up a little bit.
Oh, even on a PJ?
I'll do it on everything.
Because he's a Music Man player and that's his secret.
Yeah, but I think because of the jazz pickup being in it as well, it sort of adds it a little bit.
Yeah, well,
But
well
yeah,
bright.
I don't. Yeah, I don't want too much of the tone on.
That was amazing. I'm going to play yours, the better one, because
Same.
I want to, and it saves basically banging these into things.
It's got different jack. plates
Yeah.
as well.
I prefer my jack.
I prefer mine.
Yours is easier to replace, but I prefer the look of that. The thing is,
I like
those
that.
barrel jacks, I love the way they look, but they are a pain. Like to wire, to replace, everything fit in them. And I put them in all guitars I make, so I really like the look of them, but they're just awful.
Yeah, I do like that actually.
Not that I ever look at a guitar
Stealthy.
jack, because it's always facing
Yeah.
the floor. But
Yeah, it's not. That is not something I'd worry about if I was picking a bass or anything.
well, I'll turn the jazz pickup off, but just because
That sounded worse though.
that's probably what I'm aiming at. As soon as you
Oh.
go around the room.
This is something I
You've
never
got-
noticed with my Fender.
Well, you
When I
played
had
with
the
both
jazz.
pickups on.
It must have been that.
Why are you interfering? It's weird, isn't it? It must be
it's
what's
weird.
behind you. It's a lot of buzzing. I've hit your bass and everything. I'm sorry. I'm just going to play on the
Sorry,
P
it's not going to
pickup.
be in a good condition for a while.
This sounds great. This sounds better than that.
Oh dear.
Oh, I've only just bought that.
I've only just bought that.
Yeah, but yours is good.
I might steal that a little bit.
No tone. Oh, I love a fifth. Oh, this is really nice.
Yeah.
You can't dig in too much in this. It sounds a bit. Hear that?
Yeah.
With the bass. So this is all P, no J, because the buzzing's annoying.
Was
me.
that with the tone off then?
Turn all the way off, but I'm going to go a little. Whoop, little
Little
whoa.
tickle.
This sounds better. 2021. It's all about 2021. It does sound better. They feel the same.
Yeah.
It's just the hotter pickups make a difference. I mean, I could change the pickups, but I'd rather sell it.
Are you really going to sell it?
Yeah.
Would you
Because,
get another? Would you get one of them?
well, I
Because
can't
the
put
thing is,
one inside.
I only got that because I've got the Music Man, and I wanted to get a P bass and a J bass, and I thought, well, just get the best of both worlds. And then I played this, and I thought that was quite nice, the Affinity. And then I saw that the Affinity 21 series has come out, and it didn't have the Affinity
They
logo on it.
bettermised it.
And apparently it's bettermised as well, so it was quite a good pick. And the colour's nice.
The only problem is louder always sounds better. If you played two songs and one was louder, you'd say the louder
Well,
one's
yeah,
better.
I didn't think this sounded bad at all.
No, it's just
when you got that next to it, and it, like you say, it's loud.
yeah. Maybe I'll keep it. I'm not being funny. I'll probably play
But
my
that
Music
does
Man
sound
anyway.
brighter as well. But then that's probably because they're brand new strings, brand new bass. This is second
Yeah,
hand.
fresh out the box, and that's used from Anderson's.
Hmm.
We have done videos on Music Man basses and Sterling basses, so check those out because they're quite cool. If you're looking for something a bit different, the active circuitry in a Music Man. So we're talking about Sterling Stingray. You can pick them up for about 500, 600, 700 quid, or the US sub, sort of 500, 600, 700 quid. The US sub. Watch the video on that. I'll put a link in the description in the box at the end. It's just got the best sound.
Yeah,
It's the best sounding
it's
bass.
a banging bass.
I do think if you've got a P and a Music Man, they're your two sounds. Which, if you're going to the studio, I would take a Music Man and a P bass. This would do.
Yeah, that's
Especially
why.
this
That's the
one
only
mix.
reason I bought that. So I've got the bass that I'm going to use pretty much all the time.
Ready for the studio next month.
And then one for other stuff, like when we did the Christmas song.
We're about to do another Christmas song. It is July. Thanks for watching.